Andrew, you're now playing professional football in your hometown. I'm curious as to what that means to you, and when you actually did sign on the dotted line, what emotions came your way?
Well, it just puts the statement of it's more than football to me. You know, it's my friends and family are here every game. You know, it's always a crazy environment every time I've played here when I was playing with BC, and now it's just you know, playing here. It's just a real feeling. Well, obviously my daughter thinks it's amazing. She always calls me famous now and stuff. So, you know, that part's really cool. But at the end of the day, you know, I just got to go out there and perform and do my best. And, you know, when I first signed, you know, there's definitely a lot of emotions, a lot of excitement, a lot of nerves, a lot of pressure. But, you know, it's been going good so far. Obviously, the result in the field hasn't been what it needs to be yet, but, you know, I think we've got the right guys in this locker room, and it's going to turn soon.
So back in 2011, you were a member of the BC Lions. That team got out to an 0-5 start, but that's not the biggest thing people remember from that season. You guys had a complete turnaround and went on to win the Grey Cup. How much does that Grey Cup winning experience really help you be a leader on this team? Is that something you feel every day, that you have a cup under your belt?
Well, having the cup is one thing. You know, the adversity that, you know, I went through to get there is a whole nother. You know, again, you know, we were at the worst. You know, we made some changes, you know, shuffled the lineup a little bit, and we started rolling. And, you know, in a sense, with injuries and the things we've changed, you know, all it takes is just to ruffle some feathers sometimes and, you know, get people a little uncomfortable. And then, you know, people start playing a bit differently and play with a little more intensity and a little more passion. And, you know, ultimately that's what you need to be a championship team.
So who inspired you? Like, who are your biggest influences growing up, like in sports and just in life?
Well, as far as in that Grey Cup team, a guy like Roy Simon was a big influence. You know, a guy that's, you know, had no quit. You know, he's been around the league for so long and seen it all. So even in the Grey Cup game, you know, Winnipeg was stopping me in the run game so much, and he said, just be patient, be patient. And literally like 2 series later, and I was running up the middle for, you know, a 20-yard touchdown. So, you know, it just shows you what persistence and staying relentless really means to this game, and just having patience.
How would you describe your teammates in the locker room? There are a lot of characters on this team. Like, who makes you laugh the hardest?
There's a handful of guys that are pretty funny. Obviously there's so many different walks of life and guys that come from all different places, and, you know, everyone's got their little quirks and things about them. But you know, guys that I've really kind of drawn to has been Chad Rempel and Sam Hurl. You know, Dresser's he's kind of quiet, but he'll just come over and say some funny things to you out of nowhere. So yeah. There's quite a few guys that are just really funny. Stanley Bryan's hilarious too. He's got everything about him is sarcastic. You don't know ever if he's ever telling the truth or being serious or what the matter may be. But yeah, there's honestly everyone on this team I can vibe with and, you know, have some sort of relationship with already, and it's so early on still. So obviously that's going to grow, and that family aspect, that brotherhood is going to be that much better, and, you know, that's what makes teams even better.
Do you ever have a moment during a game when you're on the sidelines and you're like, man, I wish I could get a drink at the Rum Hut right now?
Yeah, you know what, it's funny actually. I actually thought of that one time. I wish I could be playing the game and watching and partying at the same time.
That's right.
If I could have like a clone or something and still have that same feeling. That'd be kind of cool to experience, yeah. You know, even the beer snake and all the great things about playing in Winnipeg and being in the stands.
Can you share with us the story why you wear number 33?
Yeah, just you know, briefly, I met my fullback in 2006. He came out from Calgary, and we just instantly bonded. We were good friends right away. We became really close. And in 2007, we were both kind of figuring out what we were doing in life. He was going to go back and work on the rigs to basically support his family, and I was thinking about going to school to move on to go to CIS, but I found out that I was having a baby as well. So yeah. we both went through fatherhood around the same time in 2008. His daughter was born on January 1st. Mine was on the 15th. Wow. And then that year in September, he passed away in a car accident. So I used to wear number 20 my whole career since high school through junior. And Aaron was such a passionate guy. You know, he came through so much stuff in his earlier years, through adversity, through, you know, he was addicted to drugs and, you know, kind of going down the wrong path. And he was completely sober for a number of years. And one of those guys who, even at a party or an event, you would think that he would be like wasted, but he was just having so much fun all the time and just such a big life of the party. Right. Great guy. Yeah. So when he passed away, I donned 33, and that year we went on a run, and I was just coming off an injury, and I think I had like 1,200 yards in like 4 games, and then in the playoffs, you know, we went on, and I was just a man amongst boys, and really just that number stuck with me, and playing with that number really meant a lot to me.
Right. You mentioned you have a daughter. What's a guy like you do for fun in the off season? Like what are some of the things that you can just kind of kick back and?
Yeah, well, spending tons of time with her, obviously. I like to travel a lot. And then my biggest pastime is probably playing hockey. I like to play ice hockey still.
Oh, nice.
Playing like little leagues around the city here, and I also like to snowmobile quite a bit too as well. So
Good stuff.
those are my pastimes, and you know, we don't get the luxury of having the summers and stuff, but unless I'm traveling to a hot place, then you can either catch me on a snowmobile or on ice playing hockey.
You're happy in Winnipeg, and this will always be home, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, you know, I was kind of leaning towards moving my life out to Vancouver and, you know, settling down there. I started some businesses out there in the last 2 years, but now that I'm back here, I really just realized how much I missed Winnipeg and how this is really home for me, and just all the things that the people are the biggest thing here. The people are so great here, so warm and welcoming, and people are just they're good people here. So it's hard to shy away from that and want to move anywhere else.
Appreciate your time, Andrew.
Awesome,
Thanks
you.
for doing this.
Thanks.